Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, how can I help you? I'm at working, so you have to
Okay.
make it
Well,
quick.
I'm just calling because you filed a report, or I guess officers filed a report for you a couple days ago. Um, it was about a child custody, something that you guys got going on, I guess with child custody.
Yes, there were false statements made to obtain child custody, which hindering the child custody agreement, and making false statements to the family court is a crime. So
Do
they
what? I'm sorry.
someone made false statements to the family court for them to obtain custody, which is a crime, and then they didn't follow the first custody agreement that was said.
They didn't call and do what? I'm sorry.
They didn't follow through with the first custody agreement or the second one.
Okay. Have you gone back to court?
No, and also I'm having problems. I keep slipping through the court cracks at court. I thought that the police can investigate the false claims that were made and the interference with child custody.
Well, you'd have to go. You'd have to go to family court to see what all is going on with the case.
Who investigates the false statements that were made?
Do what? I'm sorry.
Who investigates the false statements and making sure the custody agreements are followed?
The court does. We don't do interference with child custody. Interference with child custody is primarily civil, and in order for these cases to be actually handled on the criminal side, the Dallas County wants these to be handled in civil court first. So if the custody agreement is not being followed the way it should be, you need to go back to court, let the judge know, or get an attorney, and then they can file a motion to enforce. That's the first step. And then if that doesn't help any, then
what if I think the court is corrupt and I have a wealthy stalker that is causing a lot of conflict that I keep falling through the cracks and not getting a proper investigation anywhere? So if I think the court is corrupt and taking bribes from my abuser that's wealthy, how do I get an investigation for that?
If you think that the court is corrupt, then what is my investigation going to do? Because my investigation essentially is going to go back to the courts. And if the courts are corrupt,
well, I mean, if I'm reporting that I just want to be treated like what I'm going through and not mistreated and cover up. So if I'm asking a question. So if what's your name again?
It's Detective Perez.
Perez, and your badge number?
Yes, ma'am. 10706.
Okay. So if the court is corrupt and taking bribes to keep my daughter from me and multiple other parties, why won't the police take that and do a proper investigation?
I guess what makes you think that the court is corrupt and that they're taking bribes?
Because she didn't follow the first custody. First off, the dad is like special needs because he had a stroke and he couldn't even talk at court, and it wasn't even my name wasn't even on the docket. They can't make their mind up who took my child custody rights away. They wouldn't give me the documentation for a long time. At first, they said that it changed and now my custody rights were back. It closed out and it went back to my old custody rights. They wouldn't give me the documentation, and then a long time later, then they said that Mary Murphy took my child custody rights away. But I keep reporting all these things to the police, and it's like they keep covering for it and refuse investigation.
Or anything, or is this just not?
Okay, so if people are making false statements to the court, who investigates that?
The courts do.
Okay, so if I have an abuser that is bribing the court, if I have an abuser that's bribing the court, who investigates that? Crimes with the court. If the court is taking bribes.
The Attorney General's office.
Okay, so
it's probably who I would contact if you feel like the courts, if they're not. I mean, if you believe that they're accepting bribes.
What about the police department? Because they keep on denying me services, and then not. It's like they're covering for the crimes. So I mean, what can the police do with my situation? What can the police do with my situation if this has been going on years? So what do I need to do if I'm not getting visitation and the court has been doing this for years and denying me services?
Visitation stuff, like I said, is an issue that you got to address with family courts. But if the family
I've been addressing it with the family court, and I'm telling you they're corrupt and they're taking bribes, I believe. So, but I can't get the police department to investigate. It's like the police department's covering for it. I've already reported it.
Honestly, the department covering for the courts. I mean, we've got there's no interest for us to do that.
Okay, well, if there's no interest, then why can't I get help, a proper investigation from the police department?
Because I just told you we do not investigate those.
Okay, well, are you going to refer me to someone that is taking bribes? And this has been going on years.
If you're going to talk over me, I'm just going to hang up because there's no point. This is going absolutely nowhere.
Well, sir, this has been going on years, and the police department has been covering for my experiences. Okay. So what are the solutions?
Who do I? Years, but I mean, this is the first time I've spoken to you, and what I'm telling you is that we do not investigate the courts. You want to investigate the courts. Right.
What do you investigate? What can you investigate in this situation? Can you refer it to CPS because false statements were made? That's a state jail felony to make. Well, not state. That's a crime to make false statements to CPS and the courts, the family court.
False statement to CPS.
Huh?
Who has made a false statement to CPS?
Okay. Do you investigate that?
No, but I'm just trying to figure out who made a false statement to CPS.
James Hastings of Hillsboro, Texas.
Who?
James Hastings of Hillsboro, Texas. It's like it's a lot of bribe people.
I don't know who that is.
So you're refusing all kind of investigation, period, altogether. There's nothing that you're willing to do. Can you connect me with the CPS worker?
No, I don't, because I don't have a connection with them. You'd have to call CPS or call DCFS and let them know what you have going on. But, I mean, if you believe that they are somewhat corrupt and there's something going on, then probably contacting, I mean, I would say the Attorney General's office or, because, I mean, they would be in charge of investigating the courts to make sure that they're not, that they're doing what they're supposed to do.
So this has been going on years. So hopefully someone is watching and people get the consequences they deserve.
I agree.
Because I've been reporting a long time and I cannot get any assistance.
I'm telling you what you need to do, and you're not, I guess you're just not.
I've already done it. You're not listening to me. And no one has been for years.
The Attorney General's office, and they've done absolutely nothing for your case.
What location is the Attorney General's office?
Look up Texas Attorney General's office, and then they will. That should tell you exactly what you need to look for.
Okay, so I went to the courts, I went to the DA, I went to CPS, and I filed interference with child custody with you. They said the investigator would call me back, and the only thing that you're doing is referring me to Attorney General. And you're refusing any kind of investigation regarding the corruption of the courts, regarding this man that's bribing people to hinder my child custody agreement. You're refusing all of that. You're refusing to take a report.
I just told you what you needed to do.
Right, but I have an abuser. His name is Jason Gardner of Vivid Images Baton Rouge that is bribing all these people. Why won't people take reports of that? He's bribing the court, bribing CPS.
Okay, like I told you, I do not investigate courts. You need to contact
the Attorney General's this man, this abuser...
If you believe, hey, you know what, we're done. All right.
This is what keeps happening. People start an argument to deny services so they can cover for him.